I bet you're tired of trying to find what indicators to use on your chart, how to set up your chart on TradingView. Look, let me show you how I personally would set up a chart if I had to start from zero, all the indicators I would use, how I differentiate what to use and what not to use. Let me just break it down for you. But hey, before we get started, if you guys want to be mentored by me, make sure you follow me on Instagram and send me a message and let's see if you're a good fit. Secondly, if you guys could show some type of love, like this video, comment on this video, subscribe if you aren't already. Without further ado, we'll get into my computer. The first thing that we need to do is set up our chart. So we're going to right click and go to the settings, and we have all of these options that we can choose from. Now, if you guys want to copy my exact chart, I have it in the dark mode. So if you right click, they have the color theme. I have it in dark, but let's go back to the settings. For my body, this is the green that I have right here, the second one. Then for the right one, I have this red, or it's already preset like that. This is how the rest of the price lines are, the date modification, and this is my time in California. So you might be in New York. Your time should already be preset. For the status line, this is how I have it set up. For the scales, I have it set up like this. Then for the appearance, this one's important. I have it in the gradient. I have it in this charcoal. And then for the other one, I have it in this one. The lines are like this. I love the crosshair. If you guys look right here, the crosshair, notice how it doesn't have any dots. I love it like that. Okay. It should already be preset for most of you guys like this. And for the trading, I have it like this. Events like this. Now let's actually go through and look at a couple of these other tabs right here that I find very important. The first one is our watch list. Maybe you trade other pairs other than US30. So you can go right here to this plus sign, and they have indices, crypto, Forex, whatever it may be, and it has a list of them. All you're going to do is click that plus sign, and it will add it to your chart. So I have this watch list right here. I have NAS 100, the S&P 500, the DXY to look at, or the US government bonds 10-year yield. I have the DXY, gold, XRP. I actually have cryptos on here because I do invest heavily into cryptos. So that is that tab. Then I have my alert tab right here. So if you guys ever want, you guys can go right here to alert and make an alert. So let's say that I have a trade that I'm in and my take profit is all the way up here. What I can do is go to alert, and I can copy this number right here into right here. 422, and then I can actually make the notifications do certain things, send me an email, webhook URL, play sound, and then with the settings you can also have a message. So it's like when you get notified of this alert going off, you can have it say whatever you want. So I usually have like US30 hit, take profit, and then create, and we can see that we now have an active alert. So when price comes up and hits this alert, it will notify us and tell us exactly that our alert has been hit. And we can go to MetaTrader 4 and close our trade if it hit our take profit, or just to make sure it's on track to go into our take profit. And you can delete it if you would like. I really do sometimes look at news. This is great because it tells you the headlines for the specific pair that you're looking at. So with US30, I can see 7 minutes ago, U.S. futures ease ahead of more earnings. We have more earnings ahead. We can see the news from the previous days, from the previous week. So last week we can see all these news events that happened, and we can kind of trace these news events to what happened on that specific day. So I really don't look at any of this other stuff right here at all. If you want to delete things off your chart, you can go to this object tree and you can delete it. So look at this. Delete that, delete that. It just makes it way quicker to delete it. So we also have all these tools right here. We can see my little cursor. I can change it, so I can make it a dot. Notice how it changed. I prefer the cross. That works best for me. It's really personal preference. Then we have our horizontal lines, all this stuff right here that's important. We have our tools, the fib retracement, all these other tools. I really don't use any of these except for the fib retracement. Then I have my drawing tools if I want to draw something on the chart. A bunch of all these little tools on here that we can use, a little rectangle. So really go through and play with it. I think the most important tools are definitely going to be the long and short position, because this is how we're going to set up a trade. So we can see that the trade is set up. We have a TP of 4,800 pips, stop loss of 4,800 pips right there, and we can modify it or do whatever we want. Now I want to show you guys, like, what indicators would I personally use if I were to just start trading. The first one is going to be the sessions indicator. So if I go right here, sessions, Asia, London, New York, colored, boom, it will add to my chart. I can go right here to the settings and I can change it. So with US30, I would recommend only trading the New York session. So I can see all these little red lines. This is deviating where the New York session starts and ends. And I can go to the color. I can change the opacity higher or lower. I like it a little bit lower so I can see the candles. And you can change the color. So let's leave it on this white color. I kind of like that. I'm feeling that vibe right there. Then let's also add in EMA. So we're going to go right here, moving average exponential. Once we add that, it will be right here, and we can go to the settings and change the input. So if it will go, let's see, I can always just click it right here too. So with inputs, let's make it 20. I find the 20 EMA very nice. And for the style, we can actually change it. Let's make it like yellow so it's a little bit brighter. Let's make the thickness bigger so we can see it more clearly. And what I like about the EMA, there's really two ways of using it, especially the 20, is when the candles are above the EMA like this, that's telling us that we are in a clear uptrend. But as well with that, it's vice versa for a downtrend. When the candles are below the EMA, we're in a downtrend. But I like using the EMA a lot of the time. You guys can see the market will just come right to the EMA and it will wick it and then move away. It will come and wick it and move away. Come and wick it and move away. So the 20 EMA is really nice for identifying rejection points in the market. So the EMA is going to be great, especially the 20 EMA. You can look at like the 50, the 66, the 200. Those are the main EMAs. Now the next thing that we need to do, or at least I would do, is definitely mark up my chart with major points of support and resistance. So the best way to do this is be on a higher time frame, like the 4 hour I think is a good one. And what we're going to do is get a horizontal line. We're going to get this tool to lock it so it's way easier, so we get to click, click, click instead of unclicking every time. So we're going to go from left to right, and we're just going to find the main points where the market will hit and go the opposite direction. So we have this main point right here, and we're going to go for the bodies. Then we have another main point right here, one right here. We can get this one right here. This is a major point. Then we have this point right here. Okay. Then we can get this point right here. Let's get another point in here. This point down here. Okay. Then let's try and get one in between this zone. This zone is kind of big, so we'll get one right in here. And let's definitely get one up here. This is a major point. Look at how the market has hit this point, rejected, and really started to drop down. So now we have our major points of support and resistance marked up. This is going to be huge. Now, you guys should definitely go right here to the positions and lock it, because if you lock it, look how I put my mouse over this and I scroll and it doesn't move, but look how I do it with one that's unlocked. So you can accidentally click it and be like, oh, and then like, oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. But if that ever happens, just click this little arrow back here and it'll backspace it for you guys. So I definitely go through and lock all my positions, just going to make it a lot easier, and so your charts do not get messed up. Now that we have our points of support and resistance marked up, the best thing that you can do is start showing up at the same time every day. So let's go over like timing with US30. There's one time that every trader trades US30, and that's going to be 6:30 a.m. PST, and then that's going to be 9:30 a.m. EST. So at 6:30 a.m. and 9:30 a.m., it actually is the market open. And this is when, like, it's casino time. All the money's fluctuating into the markets, fluctuating out of the markets. That's when the markets are moving. So let's go to a lower time frame, like the minute 15, and I'll show you guys what I actually mean. So today was Martin Luther King Day. The markets were slow because it's a bank holiday, but look back here during the market open on Friday the 13th of January. We can see right after this candle, we are on the minute 15 time frame. So this candle at 6:15 opens at 6:15, closes at 6:30, and right after that, boom, look at this push up. We have this ruler to measure it, and from the low to the high, it shot up 1,200 pips. So this is 125 points, but this is 1,250 pips. And I like to use the US30 with a Wanda, not currency calm. I don't know what this is. I'm just doing it because my other US30 chart is marked up. But we can see that timing is really going to play a big factor. And let's hypothetically pretend like we just showed up to the markets, we're fresh, we're ready to trade, and we're looking at it. One thing that I do a lot of the time is I just zoom out and I look at the left. Structure leaves clues. So look to the left, structure leaves clues. We're already in an uptrend. So we can see that we have like this doji right here. I would have said to myself, do you know what? Let's buy this right here. We're going to buy by market execution. Let's have our stops probably right below this previous low. And then for our take profit, we can just aim for our previous points of support and resistance. So that's why we have these points or these levels marked up, because they're going to help us identify, okay, where's the market most likely going to go to next? And if you do want to mark up more points, like we have this major point of resistance on the minute 15. So hypothetically, it could go all the way up here. But let's say we have one trade here, and then we have another position, but the take profit's up here. So let's see if it actually goes all the way up to this point. Okay, we're going to play it back. Boom. Really nice push away from our entry. We're in big profits. TP hit. Let's see if it goes to the next zone. Keeps going. There we go. Second TP hit all the way up here. So what I just showed you should be very helpful for a lot of you. What I would suggest that you guys do is maybe watch this video again, but pause it as I'm going over certain parts and then copy it to your trading view. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.